Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Tonight we have several skins that are going to become marketable. At midnight tonight, look above me, you can see the real time right there. So in about 3 hours' time, the abnormal skins, they will become marketable. We'll race to get those Barders down, and hopefully we pick up those skins for cheaper prices in the future. Hopefully we somehow manage to flip them for some sweet, delicious profit. But it is this Rust store, a quiet Rust store, low sales, and we're not surprised because it wasn't that much interest. But of course we can still figure out prices. We can still race to get those Barders down. We could still potentially make that profit. But yeah, might be a bit of a quick one today. Anyway, so if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, if you don't even understand what regular skins are, if you need some help, consider look in the description right now. Scroll down. At the very top, you'll see 2 videos are provided at the very top of the description. First video is a 60-second short video which will quickly showcase to you that abnormals, they become marketable before the Rust even rotates. And we can use this time to our advantage. We can figure out prices right now. We can then race to get those Barders down. And then afterwards, we can get an early insight to seeing whether these skins actually have genuine demand, whether they actually retain their value. So we can look at the Barders, and then we can consider, you know what? Maybe it's not too bad of an idea to consider buying some of these skins straight from the Rust store. Oh, all right, okay, cool. So very helpful if you want to invest into Rust skins. Now, of course, the other skins, regular skins, they only become marketable when the Rust store rotates tomorrow. So, all right, not every single skin has this advantage, but we can still figure out prices for them as well. So if you're happy with that, sit back, relax, we'll start yapping. But if you want to learn about everything to do with abnormals, if you want to be able to identify abnormals, if you want to be able to like figure out specifically what time they appear and whatnot, consider watching the second video listed in the description. It's about 20 minutes long, but it goes over everything to do with abnormals, right? So that'll help you out a lot, I'm sure. Shall we proceed? Shall we get started? So just to repeat once again, when we first saw this Rust store, we were sitting here thinking, yeah, people probably aren't going to care that much. And yeah, people didn't care that much. Some of these skins still look pretty interesting though. Of course, every Saturday I'm doing the 48-hour analysis, which you can see over to here today. And I was making some estimates. I thought maybe at least a couple skins could potentially go over 10,000 subscribers. But as of now, not a single skin has gone over 10,000 subscribers. Oh, but again, which of these skins honestly was like screaming at you? Which of them did you actually desire? It seems none of them. So, of course, we'll go through all the skins now. We'll figure out prices, and then, yeah, we'll hope for the best. Welded Quarantine Garage Door. We're 5 in a row in terms of garage doors. So 5 Rust doors this year, 5 garage doors accepted, and 2 Twitch drops being given away for absolutely free between February 5 to the 15th. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this suffers. Now, it hasn't sold that much, but I don't think there's enough people out there to care for it. Don't want to sound mean, but with a lack of sales, I'm sure you can easily understand. Yeah. So, recently with Lost Soul Garage Door, we had Hazma Garage Door, we had a very cool looking Space Station Garage Door. And in the past, we've had various other cool looking garage doors. Now, with this priced at $2.49, it's actually one of the higher priced garage doors by default. Let me show you this right now. So, of course, if I look at them all based on price, here you go. Selling for a standard $2.49 price, it's like, it is above all of these other garage doors in terms of price. And that's not every single garage door. On SCMM, it only shows up to 100. Does that like perfectly showcase the situation we're in? So, is that going to retain its price? No. Now, maybe in the future we could see a collection continuation. I'm not sure if anyone's asked about that. Let's go ahead and find out. No one's asked. Okay, well, lack of interest, I'm sorry to say. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what, at best I just want to offer 70 cents to 90 cents. I don't really want to go near it. I'm not sure how low it can go. But again, if we were to see a collection continuation, a sheet metal door, a sheet metal double door, an armored door, who knows, we'll see. Yeah, that might bounce up a fair bit. But I am expecting it to struggle and suffer. A lack of sales, though, could lead to a lack of listings. But if nobody's like actually trying to buy it, it'll just get stuck. It'll just most likely suffer and slowly decay on the Steam market. So, yeah, 70 cents and 90 cents. Black Diamond Crossbow. So when I did my predictions video, I was kind of curious about this. I thought, okay, you know what, by default, Black Diamond Collection is in demand. People do appreciate it. Right now, it's the beginning of February. Prices were better a good couple of weeks back, and yet still, it's looking very, very nice. You have only done 9,000 subscribers. If I were to compare you with the L96, the SAP, the Thompson, the custom SMG, blah 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 blah. Honestly, that AK is doing good. That custom SMG is doing good. That Thompson's doing very good. That SAP was doing okay. Unfortunately, it has dropped off a fair bit. But this right here, it has sold significantly less. Now, how much usage do crossbows get? I mean, it depends on what server you're playing and whatnot. But let me just also quickly showcase this to you. The cheapest crossbow we currently have in the game right now. So, yep, let's go to the lowest price. And the cheapest one right now is the Heavy Knight crossbow. It's still above $1. Followed by the Deadman crossbow, which is $1.10. Like, after a good decent amount of crossbows here, suddenly they're all about like $1.30. Now, when I look at all of them, they don't really have like a ton of colour to them or whatnot. And again, you know what? You could say the exact same thing about the Black Diamond crossbow. But people do happen to like black sleek weapons. They do look nice. This is part of a well-established collection that is in demand, and it hasn't sold that much. When the Rush Store rotates tomorrow, we are expecting an early Rush Store, right? I don't think that'll be going over 10,000 subscribers. And with the lack of sales, I'm actually looking at that with a bit of curiosity. Now, is it going to be A-okay? As we get closer and closer to March and April time, could that still suffer? Yeah, honestly, all of the skins here are still expected to suffer, even with a lack of sales, even with a lack of like quantity in circulation, it could still suffer. So I'm looking at this Black Diamond crossbow and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'll probably go ahead and do like I'm tempted to say a $1.20 to $1.70, but I think I might play a little bit safer and offer a $1 to $1.50. I feel like that might be a bit of a more appropriate, safer sort of option. But again, I'm not sure how bad it could get. Yeah, it might only have 9,000 subscribers. You could still see quite a decent amount of them being thrown on the Steam market afterwards. So, yeah, if you're feeling more confident, offer a higher price, get closer to $2. But I think I'll probably just stick with $1 to $1.50. Optimised Python. So when I initially looked at this, I thought to myself, oh, well, how unfortunate. Yes, it does have a transparent aim sight. Stylish transparency, I should say. Compare this to other transparent sights we've seen for Pythons. And you'll just notice that this has slightly less transparency compared to the others, such as Redemption, Blackout, and of course the Bombshell. So, okay, what gives then? How do we approach this? Because this is listed at $3. Well, I did showcase this, and I have pointed this out already. It's got like an off-white sort of like style. Basically, it looks like a white Python. The skin creator does intend to make a weapon collection out of this. And if he succeeds, if we suddenly start seeing a lot of optimized weapon skins, well, not only is it white, but I'd expect transparency in all the sights as well. I wonder if people would appreciate that. What do you reckon? Again, will it happen though? Yui is a more recent sort of skin creator. Case in point, look how many acceptances they've had. Yeah, those are Twitch drops, by the way. So they haven't had tons of success. However, maybe this could be their success. Maybe we could end up seeing a whole bunch of optimized weapon skins, a proper collection being made, or maybe it only just ends up with the Python. Who knows? But I'm very curious. But I'm also fully well aware, with the other Pythons that have transparency, of course, we have the Chrome Bombshell, which is now $2. We have the Heatseeker Python, which is now $3.65. Scroll. We have the Redemption Python, which is now $2.73. And we also happen to have the $9 Blackout Python. 19,000 subscribers, this over to here. 14,000 subscribers, this over to here. 10,000 subscribers, this over to here. 20,000 subscribers, this over to here. Only just about 8,000 subscribers. This is going to end up with less sales in comparison to the Bombshell. Could we still see a lot of you being listed? Like, at just 2,000 more subscribers, we have Chrome Bombshell. How many listings do you have in the Steam market? Only 30. But I have reason to believe it's just not selling that much either. Yeah. It has improved recently. I will respect that. But it's still below its roster price. And the barders, they're just not really matching up as enough. Python itself, the weapon itself, is not appreciated. You can easily see that looking at all the prices of the skins. The majority, the vast majority, not looking very pretty. Now, the older ones, all right, I respect it. But the more recent ones, oh dear, oh God. So I think I'm going to approach that with a $1 to $1.50 barter. I won't be surprised if it drops off, but if we do start seeing those weapon skins being made and accepted, which probably won't happen until the end of this month, maybe next month, we'll see. Okay, yeah, that might change pretty quickly. We'll see what becomes of it. I feel like the more realistic chance is that it's just going to be by itself, which I don't want to see. I want to see an actual weapon collection being built up from this. It's just, yeah. So, all right, fair enough. We'll leave it be. So, yeah, $1 to $1.50. Heart of Chaos Rock. I don't see any features or details with this. Has anyone asked, hey, are you going to make a collection continuation? No one bothered to ask. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, he's going to make some tools. There you go. All right, cool. So we're going to see some tools. I think the tools might look pretty cool. I don't think it's going to help out this rock. At $3.49, I will not be surprised in the slightest if it drops off. I really wouldn't. So last year we had some very strange looking designs for rock skins. We had a sloth, we had a baby hippo, we had a bee, we had a tomato, we had a tortoiseshell. Not all of them worked out perfectly fine, but you, priced at $3.49, you're the most expensive rock skin I've seen in quite some time. Ever since we saw the Rock from Hell, even that dropped off pretty badly, and it's part of a well-established collection. So looking at that, I'm just not really feeling it. $1 to $1.50. And I feel like I might still be offering a little bit too high there, but hey, we'll see. But anyway, $1 to $1.50. A lack of sales might help it out. Maybe those tools that could come out could give it a nice boost. We'll see. Kawaii wooden door. By default, I don't trust wooden doors, but I do know the skin creator does intend to make a door collection. So if you thought that looked stupid and goofy, hey, wooden double door, sheet metal double door, armored double door, garage door. All right then, fair enough. I did say, look, if you're going to do something like that, just make sure you do like a different sort of face. I know with keyboards, you could do some very stupid things with all the symbols and whatnot. I'm sure they could probably do something silly with it. I'm sure they could probably make something pretty goofy. So, yeah, we'll see what becomes of that. But by default, with a wooden door, I don't trust them. Just take a look at all the recent wooden doors. You might notice a bit of a problem. Down 61, down 56, down 60, down 67, down 63, down 46, down 51, down 61, down 50, down 66, down 46, down 60, down 26, down 56, down 54, down 27. You get the point, I'm sure. So, yes, we do have twig door. That's being manipulated. We do have artisan tree door. That's being manipulated. Yeah. So I'm sorry to say, I wouldn't be surprised if by default you suffer. But if we do start to see those other doors being made, if we do start to see a Kawaii door collection being a successful thing, there you go, I lost my tongue there. Yeah, all right then, I could see you recover a bit. But I will point out, in the past we have seen some deplorable collections being made where a wooden door is accepted, but the wooden door still goes down in price. Wooden doors don't get used enough to justify with the prices staying up, so blah, 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 you get the idea. But yeah, by all means, with all these skins, if you think they look funny, if you just genuinely want to buy them, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But as an investment with everything here, it's a bit iffy today. And with that wooden door, I don't really want to risk it. So in regards to the price for the wooden door, I kind of do hope for that collection continuation to happen. Typically, these wooden doors, all of them go down to less than $1. So maybe I've got to work around that. I kind of want to try and pick up a decent amount of them. I'm going to say 70 cents to 90 cents. Now, the higher you offer, the more likely you're going to pick up a bunch of them. I don't expect it to go all the way down to like 50 cents, like Mr. Mirai said. But I think it most likely will probably hover around $1. But again, if we do see those collection continuations, and if we do see them actually being accepted, oh yeah, they'll go up in price, I believe. I think that actually might work out. Again, with a sheer lack of sales specifically for the skin, all right, maybe you could be different. We'll see how it goes. Rainbow Pony Bed. So last week, I did sit here and say, with a lack of sales, surely you should be all right, especially with you being a very in-demand collection. Ultramarine Bed, I'm not worried about that. I'm not panicking over you. I'm very happy that I went ahead and did just that. But now, considering that the Ultramarine Bed last week did just over 12,000 subscribers, we now have this Rainbow Pony Bed. Like a rainbow in the dark. So, what happens next? Little Ranger I don't know what they're going to do next because they have so many collections, it's like they're juggling. So, of course, we're still expecting a Lunar New Year skin to be produced. They'll probably take a break. They'll probably... I do expect them to make another Rainbow Pony skin eventually. Did I actually comment? Did I actually ask, hey, are you going to... Oh, there you go. Can we see more Rainbow Pony deplorables? Of course, but later. No, I want them now. So, again, it might take a while. It might take a while. So, how do we approach this then? You have sold next to nothing. But your collection, one of the largest in all of Rust, it's looking like it's doing pretty good. Now, that did 18,000 subscribers. It's down a fair bit. This right here did just under 14,000 subscribers. You're not doing too bad. So I'm looking at all of these. I'm looking at the fact that this only has 7,500 subscribers. I'm looking at the fact that we do constantly see bed skins being accepted. That's also a bit of a problem. I kind of get the feeling I kind of jump onto you as well. Haha, jump into bed. Anyway, moving on. So, if I could justify buying 50 of those ultramarine beds, surely I can justify jumping in and buying a bunch of those Rainbow Pony beds. And to be honest with you, I think I will be tonight. And so, we sit here and we question, how are we going to approach this with a barter then? $1.50 to $2. When I did my predictions video, I thought highly of that. Looking at the sales now, yes, I'm fully well aware. We'll most likely see a whole bunch of bed skins being accepted throughout all of this year. Twitch drops, kick drops, you name it. But that right there, it might not be for everybody, but it's still a very fun, goofy skin, and I do believe a lot of people will be wanting it. So, yeah, $1.50 to $2. I think that's a great thing to consider chasing after. Cool, that's a lot of regular skins there. Right then. Hot doggeroo. Anyway, so we got we got Sausage's Poncho. 5,000 subscribers. A pretty goofy, silly skin. What happens next? I don't know. What I can confirm to you, though, is we're aware that the barbecue is going to become skinnable. And apparently, it might become the next skinnable after the SKS. He could do a barbecue, like a literal hot dog stand or something, maybe. Probably. We'll see. He could make a whole bunch of weenies. Anyway, so. Glizzies. Oh, no. Okay, so. I could do like Glizzy Gang or something. Anyway, moving on. Sausages Poncho. Can we get like an egg hat and a bacon bandana? What'd you do for burlap clothing then, maybe? Beans? Beans burlap? Right, if we're gonna do like a full breakfast, right? If we're gonna go with the full breakfast, okay. I don't know. I get the feeling that just might be independent. Like, let's also just quickly let's just go over to Ponchos of the past. Like, we've had cheese. We've had that pita bread, haven't we? Yeah. See, that didn't really work out very well. But then again, you could use it as desert camouflage, I guess. We've had the pizza poncho, that didn't work out very well. Carrot poncho, that didn't work out very well. Do people still eat frogs? I don't know, but that didn't work out very well. The point I'm trying to get across is the majority of these just don't really seem to work out very nicely. Cheese poncho, that only did 4,000 subscribers. Still down in price. I wouldn't be surprised if you struggle and suffer. It really wouldn't surprise me. What price would I offer? I don't think you'll go down too bad. I think I'll probably do like 90 cents to $1.30. Yeah, I don't trust it enough. But by all means, if you think it's silly, if you desperately feel the need to go ahead and buy it, by all means, just buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, alright? But I'm not feeling very confident it'll retain. Sorry to say. Yeah. Void Venom swords. Yeah, salvage swords. Again, maybe we could see like a longsword being made next, considering combat knife, salvage sword. What's next? But yeah, people don't like salvage swords. What makes you say that? Trust me. It's like the wooden doors. So yeah, Void Venom, let's just get a quick look at you. And yeah, the combat knife's gone back down in price again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, how unfortunate. But I did ask, hey, could you consider doing a longsword? Let's see if they responded. Let's see. Longsword? Maybe. No. I want more of a commitment. Alright. So we'll see what becomes of that. But yeah, I don't trust it. 70 cents to 90 cents. No. I think that'll still go lower than that. Again, it's the lack of sales. Lack of sales could probably do a bit better. Could lead it to a bit better. Maybe. What about just look at all the Savage Swords, then look at them all based on like lower subscribers. All right, that might be that might be smart. I mean, yeah, we've had that come out somewhat recently, still down in price. We had Chocolate Sword come out, still down in price slightly. Yeah, I don't think this is going to hold. 60 cents to 80 cents. I don't trust it. Yep, 60 cents to 80 cents. Right then. So that's all been said and done. Let's now focus the regular skins. LR300, 60 cents to 80 cents. Bird of Luck collection, not demand. Weapon only collection, unfortunate. And then, of course, LR300s in general, not looking very good. 60 cents to 80 cents. Now, the combat knives. With it being the focused item of the month, we're not surprised to see that this has happened. Down 39, down 16, down 43, down 40. But what happens next with these two skins in particular? This right here is the Cold Hunter collection, and it is in demand. People do appreciate it. People do like it. But I've also brought up the question of how often do you actually have a combat knife? How often do you actually skin them? Oh dear. Lack of sales, though, could probably help it out. Of course, natural ruby knife as well. Looks pretty cool. We've got a collection building up here. Skin Creator doesn't tend to make tools. They do intend to make more of it. They've quite literally said that. So, all right, cool. Again, we're not going to see any collection continuations until the end of this month. Maybe not until March. So that might be a bit of a problem. By default, I expect both of them to go down in price. However, as time goes on, if this does get all those collection continuations, if this does slot in perfectly for the rest of the set, of course with Cold Hunter collection being appreciated, all right, maybe things could work out quite nicely for them. With the Cold Hunter combat knife, I think I want to do 90 cents to $1.30. With the natural ruby knife, I think I'll probably do 70 cents to $1. I feel like that's a very appropriate approach. Senor Tomato Sir. Right. So, let's just get a good look at that AK once again, because, yeah, that AK-47 has not crashed and burned. If anything, it's actually doing a pretty decent job retaining most of its value. Most AK-47s would go down to like less than $1. This right here has not. This gives me the impression that people do appreciate it enough to keep the price up to a point. Again, still down in price, but it's not as bad as the usual AK-47s. Now we have the SAR. This SAR isn't anything special other than being a Senor Tomato skin, but with a sheer lack of sales and an incredible, like, how do I say this? I would be surprised in the slightest if we do see that Thompson being accepted at some point. Like, it really wouldn't surprise me. Or again, another weapon skin of some sort, another random Senor Tomato skin. It just keeps getting skins accepted. I don't know what Sepesh did, but he somehow keeps getting more and more skins accepted, even though the skins don't really sell too much. But hey, clearly Face Punch is a fan, and if they are, I'd expect more. So if we do see a whole bunch of weapon skins being produced and accepted, I mean, perhaps the SAR actually could work out quite right. You do have like half as much in comparison to the AK, which is quite a surprise. So I look at this SAR, I question it, I ask you, the viewer, yep, are you a Senor Tomato enjoyer? But aside from all of that, based on what I'm looking at here, yeah. I might actually be a little bit more fairer to this, and I'll probably say 80 cents to $1.20. By default, I'd normally say like 60 cents to 80 cents, but no. In this particular instance, I want to go about just slightly over halfway. I get the feeling that one actually might work out quite alright. Maybe I regret it, we'll see. And yeah, that's everything. Cool, so that's all the skins. So we've just talked about the abnormal skins, we've just talked about the regular skins. Now we have to talk about, well, Twitch drops. I'm sure many of you are fully well aware, but between February 5 to the 15th, oh my, you're getting 4 general drops and 10 exclusive skins. Now, we'll sit here and say tomorrow, I will be sitting here waiting for those brand new skins to roll in tomorrow, which of course will be the Naval Update skins. And, well, I am a general drop person. If you want to consider trying to get those general drops, you can consider watching me. Just look at the description right now, see the details all there. My Twitch link is right there. Yep, it's up to you. But, of course, just go to twitch.facepunch.com, bookmark it if you must. And if you want to be aware of who's streaming, the red dot will appear right there. All you got to do is just click that, and it'll send you to Recruiter. All you got to do is just click that, it'll send you to Secox. It's as simple as that. You can't do multiple people at the same time. You have to do one person at a time. You might complain about that, but you do have 10 days to get all of them. It shouldn't be too hard. Now, some people are kind of sitting here and saying, oh, Hedge, how come you didn't get your vending machine added? I think I found out. So, are you fully well aware? on Twitter today. So yeah, they've announced that, yep, naval update's coming out tomorrow. But they've also revealed their roadmap. Quite a lot of people aren't too pleased, and we'll go through the details there. But of course, naval update, everything should be sorted. Extended daytime, new anti-cheat layer, more improvements. All right, cool. Most of that most likely will be appearing tomorrow. But then we have all of this. So I look over to here and I see vending machine UI refresh. If you aren't fully aware, my Twitch drop is my Twitch drop's a vending machine, so I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll see what happens. Anyway, new player models, new weapon, the M16. We found out about that a few days ago. New armor set, Kevlar. Okay. So will that lead to skinnables? Will that lead to Legacy Kevlar being in a very strange position? We'll see. All right, cool. Workbench upgrades. Tin cam and alarm is getting changed. The mortars are being added. New F1 console, new terrain renderer, water wheel, and armored ladder hatch being added. So, okay. That's interesting. New apartment complex. Now you can rent rooms in servers. And rental stores. Okay. That's going to be an interesting way to play Rust. Monument improvements. I remember a long time ago, Face Punch was dedicated and focusing, trying to update and change the power plant monument. That was like a year and a half ago. I'm under the impression that'll definitely be one of them. Because they were focusing there, and then they completely changed focus and focused the harbour instead. So we'll see what becomes of that. Maybe some of the monuments that are going to get updated and, well, upgraded, I guess you could say, will now simply just have a nice glow up. So we'll see what becomes of that. Progression improvements, okay. Battle Pass system, So that'll be a discussion that we'll save it a bit, but bug reward system, all right, that's cool. Find bugs and we'll give you silly hats, maybe, I don't know. Nexus system, they've been talking about that for a very long time, so that you can grab all your resources and ship over to a different server. Not sure if everybody's super into that, but maybe certain servers would be like, we will allow Nexus people to come in. And then some servers would be like, no, we don't do that. So it might not be the end of the world. It might be like we allow it, we don't allow it situation. Clan system, okay, more improvements, you better. New animals, cows, sheep, that's what I'm aware of, right? They've basically revealed that, but could we see more things? I'm not sure. Llamas, maybe. Right, so here's a llama, there's a llama. Anyway, moving on. Improved animal AI again. The wolves. I remember the wolves. Decorative animals. A golden sheep? I don't know. A mushroom cow. Moving on. Animal breeding. So, yeah, you could do farms. Biofuel generator. Right. I knew it. So I've been questioning this for a very long time. What on earth will cows bring to Rust? Their milk will be used for fuel. I figured it out. So I'm sure milk will be able to be used for certain recipes and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get the cows, milk the cows, use milk to then make biofuel. I was running... I wasn't sure if they're going to do such a thing, but it looks like they are. So you're going to be able to make fuel with animals then. Would that be feasible, or would that be worth it? I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll find out. Procedural caves, nomadic dweller. I guess that might be like some sort of special trader. Improve underground trains, terrain deformation, grappling hook. I'm Batman. Oh, please, go on Face Punch. You might as well just give us capes and whatnot then. I'm Rustman. Okay, we'll see how it goes, but yeah. So, that's the roadmap. Now we have to talk about the Battle Pass. So, in terms of trying to avoid people suffering with cheaters and whatnot, I'm under the impression they might scrap the whole inventory, what's the word to say? Not limit, threshold? What do they refer to it as? Basically, you had to have a certain amount of skins that were worth a decent amount, then you could go onto the special servers. I get the feeling they might change that now to the Battle Pass. Now, I know some people are going to sit here and say, I don't want a Battle Pass, I hate Battle Passes. Yeah, but what type of Battle Pass? That's my first question. Now, I might have made a bit of a silly joke here, because if you've seen the short video with the Alistair skin, the garage door that could appear for Valentine's, if you haven't seen it, I can't play the song. Yeah, you might get that for Valentine's. But hey, that would probably be worth it, right? And I'm joking. Is it going to be like a one-time price? A yearly subscription? A monthly subscription? And if you happen to own the Battle Pass, do you get free DLC? Do you get discounted DLC? Like, maybe you get free things and discounted DLC? Like, put it this way. If you already bought, like, all the special things they put out for every season, for every holiday, maybe it might be... maybe it might be like, what's the word to say? You might save money by just getting the Battle Pass. So yeah, if you like all the cosmetic things and whatnot, and you never know, maybe they'll give you like server benefits, queue skips and whatnot. Would it be worth it then? So if you have the pass, you most likely were already dedicated to Rust. And so if it costs a decent amount, if a cheater cheats and gets caught, they have to go buy it again and again and again and again. And I don't think they're going to want to do that. Whereas the people who like to play Rust, I get the feeling they already buy a bunch of skins and whatnot. So I'm not sure really how it's going to go down, but they have to make sure that the person who's buying it feels like they are definitely getting their money's worth. And if it's a case of it's just a ticket to just play in certain servers, I don't think people could be very happy with it. So they have to be smart about it. And, you know, maybe it's going to be like, do this and that get a reward. Well, maybe. We'll see. I'm not really a fan of that, but I can't sit here and say it's not effective. Because people do happen to get quite addicted to those missions and whatnot. So we'll see what becomes of all of it. But I don't think they're going to be announcing anything anytime soon. They're probably still figuring it out. So we'll see what the pricing model is. We'll see what benefits you get out of it. And maybe once we find that out, maybe people won't be so upset. So yeah. Cheaters already have to buy the game again and again and again. A subscription is just a cash grab. Hold this, please. Are people still able to buy Rust for super cheap, considering for a fairly long time you could buy it for for less than $5? Yeah, before it actually fully released, when it's technically still in early access, you could buy Rust for like less than $5. It was that cheap. So is that still possible? Battle passes have never been good for players. Well, we're in this position now of trying to figure out what's going to be given to us. Like, would you be upset if it was like $5 a month? This is greed, lol. Gotta see what it is. If they're asking for like $100 up front, okay, that might be a problem. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, I'm not agreeing with it. I want to see what it is first, and then I can start agreeing with it or disagreeing with it. So, even 10 a month. Have to do certain objectives in a set time to obtain special skins. You can only get this way. I'd be all for it. Like, yeah, if you had to do something really impressive in a month, okay. That would show like a sign of accomplishment. Not like, I'm going to buy this and it's going to look cool. No, I did this. Now I look cool. We'll see. So each Battle Pass comes with a free Black Ops face. Yeah, they probably have more than enough to go around now, don't they? We should take a look at that in a second. But yeah, Battle Pass is interesting. But where does it go from here? We don't know. So just to reiterate, tomorrow we're expecting the Naval Update skins, Naval Update and the Naval Theme skins. All of those skins were originally submitted back in November because, of course, we're anticipating the update coming out for December. You get the idea. I'm sure you remember. But, yeah, I did another Valentine's showcase. I did Valentine's bingo. We got some pretty interesting Valentine's skins. But let me just showcase a certain skin that's been getting a lot of attention. So let's switch back over to here. One of the most supported and back skins that have appeared in the Valentine's batch. It's a certain chair. And you might sit there and say, Hedge, why are we focusing this chair? Because number one, aside from the SKSs, it has got the most support, 100%. So let's go ahead and view that item. Oh no. So you might be sitting there and saying, Hedge, again, why? Oh, why indeed? Yeah, this has been getting tons of support. I guess it goes two ways. One, you can handcuff people and then stick them in the chair. Two, you raid someone and you put that chair down and leave it behind for the people to wake up to. And I know it's the most supported skin because I'm sure many of you are fully well aware. I produce a lot of shorts. I showcase some skins and whatnot. I also put them on TikTok. And by default, I might get a few hundred views. Every now and then I might get a few thousand. The cuck chair, yes, the cuck chair. I can confirm to you, it's the most viewed thing I've ever made. 112,000 views. I've got like hundreds of comments. One person asks, "Who in their right mind would want this?" And he has about 60 replies of people going, me, 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 me. So I hope you're looking forward to Valentine's. It's not tomorrow, but it's next week. We'll see what becomes of that. We'll see what becomes of that. Yeah, people want it. People want it. Right then, so I think we've yapped enough. Let's now go ahead and showcase those abnormal barders. Okay. So I've got the numbers to my side. I should be ready, but we should have questioned this. With it being a quiet week, how many people are actually itching to sell these as soon as possible? Yeah, we might be here for a while. Yeah, I know Cheese mentioned that earlier, but don't think I mentioned it like very quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna get a pretty decent barter down for this rainbow pony bed, and there we go. Hello, you've got a very quick barter there already. Interesting. Boom. Right. So next up, Black Diamond Crossbow. It doesn't want to appear just yet. What about the Optimised Python? Not yet. Okay, back over to here. There we go. Hello. Right. Boo. Cool. Oh, I just realised I'm requesting a lot. Oh no, Hedge, you've gone and made that mistake again, haven't you? And you've got the request issue. No! I'm going to request 15. Right, Heart of Chaos Rock. I don't really know what to think of you. I'll just request 10 there. Alright, this garage door. We questioned you, we thought about it. I don't really have that much faith, I'm afraid to say. I could imagine quite a lot of them getting dumped, though. I'll just grab 10. Yeah, let's go for 10. Right, I was supposed to only go for like 10 and 15, but with the first two skins... Good job, Hedge. Well done, well done. Well, you know what? It was a fast barter. Maybe I'll pick them up for a fairly decent price. But you, Sausage's Poncho, the fact that you got barters over $1 kind of makes me a little bit suspicious. People actually want to buy you? Oh, fair enough. I mean, if you're going to go stronger, fair enough. So you got barter pushing up to $1.50. What did you say earlier, though? You said up to $1.30. Well, I'll put down something and we'll see what becomes of it in the future. We'll see if it works out quite all right. There we go. And then over to here. Void Venom Sword has not yet appeared. Right, so I think we've got a decent amount of barders. Let's now skip ahead, look at the abnormal barter support, and question, you know. Okay, we're back. It's actually been about 2 hours. I was doing a lot of free-for-all games. Anyway, so... as you'll see, some of the prices have appeared, the abnormals that, of course, we did barters on. If you're a little bit worried, Hedge, why were you screaming earlier? Because you did such a high barter. It's on the How Power account. I don't want to request too much, but I did do a pretty fast, pretty good barter on the bed, and I was like, oh, I gotta keep that now. So I've actually switched over to here. There you go. Like, yep. So I have got quite a lot of barters stacking up here. But as you might notice, 10, 15, 10, 15, 40, 40. Well, here's hoping I do manage to pick up a bunch of them. But yeah, I've actually been successful picking up some recent skins, as you notice right there. Oh, okay. And they are cheaper than what they are on the Steam market. So I could immediately flip them if I want to. Or maybe I'll hold on to them and see how they progress as time goes on. But yeah, my total barter amount is adding up. And looks like... if I keep buying things here and there, eventually I'm not going to be able to do anything else. So I've been doing lowball barders, and I haven't been requesting too much. Let's see how far I can go. Let's see how much I managed to pick up. Let's see how much I managed to flip in the future as well. So, right, cool. That's that account. Let's focus the abnormals. So over to here. Let's get a good look at the bed. Bed was one of the things I was like feeling very confident with. Unfortunately, extensions aren't working very nicely at the moment. What does that mean? Basically, well, you can only see this in pound sterling, which I'm sure a lot of you probably don't fully understand. Basically, as I'm looking at this right now, lowest listing is like $2.70, but unfortunately, because my extension doesn't fully work, I can't go down here. Now, maybe we might be able to navigate this if we were to go ahead and, well, if I could just click this and look to the right. It doesn't acknowledge prices yet. Dang. What about if I go over to here and look at it here this way? So do you acknowledge prices? Yes, you do, right. So I can scroll down here. So if the Steam market is ever broken and you want to look at certain skins, you can look them up in Rust Help. You can look them up if it's up to date with SCMM, and it'll show you like this. So lowest listing already, $2.87. Yeah, currently in the Rust store right now, $2.49. Well, that's not looking very good with that appearing there. But the Baldur's gone all the way up to like $2.10. So, based on what we're looking at here, honestly, if you really had to buy something, that probably is the best thing to consider. By tomorrow, I don't think it'd be selling that much more. Rainbow Pony Collection, we might not be seeing a collection continuation for a while, but wouldn't surprise me if we still see collection continuations. One of the largest collections in all of Rust, an in-demand collection as well. So yes, this has looked to be pretty good. It has 1,114 barders in total, plenty of barders below and slightly above $1, but a decent amount pushing all the way up to $2 as well. With it being a $2.49 skin, that's fine. So if you're really thinking about it, let me tell you, I'm also thinking about it right now as well. So alright, cool. So if I could go back. Then of course with the Black Diamond Crossbow. Feeling pretty confident with this as well. Steam market, only 2 listed, $9 each. The barders only got to $1.50. Now, by default, I would sit here and say, well, you know, if you are feeling a little bit more confident, you could offer more. I still don't really want to buy any from the Rust store. If you really want to try and grab a bunch of these, but you don't really want to spend too much, this priced at $2.49, I'd say just put down a $2 barder. Like, if you genuinely wanted to try and buy some today, I'd say just go for that. We are expecting prices to drop off. We are expecting prices to suffer around March and April time. It won't last forever, and once the summertime, you should expect this to recover and rise up quite nicely. But at the end of the day, if you want something, just buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, again, we'll put a nice creator designs in the future. Associated with Mr. Bear Trip and Hulk, they have a lot of collections, but they do go back and forth with all of them. Black Gold, Black Diamond, Love Struck very soon, you know, or Valentine's very soon. So I won't be surprised if we do see some more Black Diamond skins in the near future. Just got to wait it out. So, no, cool. So with what we see here, yeah, maybe just want to stick with a $2 barter. It's up to you, but with the barters we see here, I do expect the price to drop off. Alright, back over here. What's also looking pretty sweet? Well, I should talk about the Python. Again, interested, but mainly just curious. A $3 Python. All the other transparent Pythons, they have done quite nicely. Not amazingly, but quite nicely. Now, when we had the Redemption Python, I bought quite a lot of them. I thought it was going to be perfect. Surely we'll never see any issues. Surely we won't see tons more Python skins being accepted with transparency. Well, lo and behold, a few more did appear, so I learned from that. Even though I can sell them now for a little bit of a profit, I had to wait a while for that. With what I see here, barders do end at around $1.50. I want to wait it out. I won't be surprised if this drops off pretty badly for a while. But if we do see evidence that Optimised will turn into a weapon collection potentially, I think you might see some very curious people jumping onto this. And if, you know, if we do see like a SAR, an AK, and potentially more things, yes, I do believe that Python might be in a much better position, especially considering, right, like go look at the Redemption Python right now, go look at the Heatseeker collection right now, you know, those are fairly in-demand collections. They're definitely helping out the Pythons. If this turns into a collection, let's see what becomes of that. But again, if you really wanted to pick up a bunch of these, save yourself $1, just do like a $2 barter. I think that'll work out quite alright. Okay, I should go to the garage door. The reason why I went in a certain order is because that was the ones I felt more confident in. The rest of them, it doesn't really matter. Sorry to say. Right, so this door, $2.49. I thought about it and I thought I'm just not feeling very confident. I didn't even bother doing a second barter in it. The vast majority of the barders are basically like 60 cents to 80 cents. People aren't trusting it. So, I know you didn't sell that much, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be A-OK. But if we see people hardly list it at all whatsoever, right? Don't be surprised if it does eventually slowly start to go back up to its rush store price, because if people just refuse to list it below like $3, for example, some people will get too antsy. They don't want to wait too long, and then they'll just go ahead and buy it for that $3 price. It could happen. It's not manipulation. It's just everybody being stubborn. And that has happened before. So, all right, we'll see what becomes of it. But yeah, if you just wanted to grab a bunch of these, if you're genuinely wanting to get some, just offer like $1.50 barter. Save yourself $1, because I do believe that'll be dropping off. All right. The Rock. If you smell. Anyway. I don't get the pricing. It's fine. It's just not like it's not an insane looking rock. Personally, with my own opinion, I don't see that much with it. I don't see it retaining its price. Goated rock, best rock in the game. Keeping it fancy. I feel like you have an agenda. Anyway, I said $1 to $1.50 earlier. The majority of people went below $1. I believe I'm probably one of like a couple people that actually went close to $1.50. So okay, oh dear. I expected a drop. How many rock skins do you reckon we're going to see this year? Twitch drops, perhaps? I mean, we'll see. But based on what I'm looking at here, well, yeah. If you really wanted to grab a bunch, just offer $2. I believe you'd be picking them up for $2. I don't know how low it's actually going to go, but again, lack of sales. What if everybody refuses to list it below $4? Well then, you might be in a bit of a funny position, so it's a bit awkward with the sales, but I still don't trust it. Again, when things get real bad, I really won't be surprised if this suffers. So, alright. Still not exactly retaining its price, based on the barders. Then we have the Kawaii wooden door. So as you'll notice over here, the barders only got up to like $1.10. If we see the collection continuations, okay, yeah. I'd feel a little bit more confident, but the vast majority of the barders here are below $1. The vast majority. People are aware, people are prepared. But hey, if we do see a wooden double door, sheet metal door, sheet metal double door, you get the idea. If we get a Kawaii door collection, I think that actually might recover a fair bit. Just because in certain instances, I saw a deplorable collection get like collection continuations, and the wood doors didn't rise up that much, doesn't necessarily mean this won't. But in terms of usage and wooden door skins, yeah. So, if you really wanted to pick up a bunch of them, just offer $1.50. Save yourself to $1, and I wouldn't be surprised if you pick up a bunch of them. What else did we have? It was the sausage poncho and the void venom. Well, salvage sword. So, based on what I see with this, again, whilst it might have like next to no sales, next to no listings with the sales, I feel like you're going to suffer like the cheese poncho. That did 1,000 subscribers less than this, and it still suffered. Silly design, pretty goofy, but is it always funny? That's debatable. I look at the barders. Well, someone went all the way up to $1.46. All right, well, it's up to you if you're feeling confident. But the bulk of the barders are below $1. Yep, they're playing it very safe. So $2.49. I don't think you're retaining that price. And then the salvage sword, I mean, are you surprised? It's not looking very pretty. Barders basically end at $1. Yeah. People aren't feeling very comfortable with it. There will be more salvage swords. They'll very likely suffer as well. It's a trend that just keeps on happening. A pattern that cannot stop. And yes, it might be selling like next to nothing. But even then, if there's no demand for it, will the price ever improve? So, yeah, not feeling very confident there. Milky, the drops start in 17 hours. Take a look at that website. So overall, yeah, it was a quiet week. We looked at it at first glance and we're instantly like, oh, dang. So, yeah, we knew it wasn't going to be a very popular rush store. But over the course of this month, what wacky things are we going to start seeing? So, in regards to the naval update, I have warned everybody. It's most likely a whole bunch of the skins that you see here. Lots of very interesting, cool-looking designs. I honestly think people are going to be quite impressed with the acceptances tomorrow. How many acceptances tomorrow? I reckon they're probably going to do at least 14, like a big rush store. And I do expect it to be an early rush rotation. Either it's early, like real early, so they can get it out of the way, or they leave it to like the last second, so they leave it late. I don't think it's going to be like on time. So based on what I'm looking at with this, I do expect a spinning wheel. I wouldn't be surprised if at least one of these rugs potentially gets accepted. Although I would say I would prefer if the Pirate Collection was the one to get their rug accepted. Mr. Kilmer Legend. Anyway, don't forget you can put rugs on your boats. Be prepared. Could we potentially get an interesting looking furnace as well, perhaps? Maybe. We shall see. What about one of the... Frankie. Come on, Frankie. Get on your knees. Pray. Pray. Could we get Sharky? What do you reckon? So, yeah, lots of very cool looking designs. But what will actually be accepted? It's a coin flip. Oh, the fish. The fish. Okay. It's such a fun. We'll see what happens there. So, yeah. Interesting designs. But what will actually appear? We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, and the sailor set. Imagine if they accepted that. Burlap shirt and pants. If it ends up like Arctic protection, for probably 10 times its price. We'll see. All right, there's lots of possibilities, but you know how they're like. You know how they are. So, all right, cool. Right then. So, have you been keeping track of the commits? New things are being worked on, such as this apartment complex. It's being mentioned and talked about now. It's a hotel. You rent a room, you live in the room. You rent storage, you got storage. Sounds cool. Coming to a YouTube video to you in the future. So, all right, cool. And then, well, Lunar New Year. I'm sure you're fully well aware. We have the silly horse mask, the actual proper horse mask, and then, of course, we have the horse armor, the very special Lunar New Year horse armor. Now, if you haven't yet seen the actual face mask itself, and don't you worry, I'll talk about that in a second. Let me just quickly show you. Protox has it. So what I'll do is I'll just link Protox's tweet. Oh, there you go. I'll just link Protox's tweet in the description. So there it is. Yes, he has a video showing it. All you need to see is it's a proper stylish attempt, right? So silly horse mask and proper horse mask. That technically is a wolf headdress. And you won't see that for maybe another 2 weeks. So, right, cool. Lunar New Year is February 17. Yep. So, will they accept the skins halfway through when we've had the Valentine skins, or will they just quite literally save it for the 3rd and 4th week? We'll see. Right, we'll see. So, all right, cool. I have to talk about this. What are we looking at? Last week, I referred to Mr. K13 as a fool because he jumped in and he bought the training SKS for $300. I would like to retract that statement. Mr. K13, he was a mastermind. He bought it for $300, and the second we had abnormals, he could then sell it again, and he flipped it for $1,700. Perhaps we were the fools. So yeah, I can't believe he did that. As in, he actually managed to do it. That's going to be in tomorrow's Rustor. Oh dear. Oh dear. He won. Alright, so good for him. I should have bought it. And of course, if you want to be aware of all the interesting Valentine skins, consider watching the bingo video over here. And I think that's pretty much everything. So, yeah. Micro522.com. Nice quick refresh. Oh, I can't look, can I? Because all the skins were submitted back in November. Yeah, oh, dang. Right, well, fair enough then. So, yeah, that's it. That's a wrap. I hope you're happy to find out what happened. And you know what? Let's play a little guessing game. What do you reckon the peak player count will be over the course of this weekend? Because I have been talking about this. Will February 2026 be better than January 2026, considering that for a very long time we've been anticipating this naval update? Will people care? Will people turn up? Guess we'll be finding out over the course of this weekend. So yes, last year we peaked at 232,000 people. Do you reckon it's going to be similar, or do you reckon we're going to beat it? Because we didn't surpass what we saw for January a month ago. But considering what's coming out, it's going to be pretty interesting, isn't it? So we'll see how that goes. Right, so to be honest with you, I probably will be grabbing a bunch of those beds. Kind of curious about the crossbow, but I'm going to commit to the beds. Yeah, I'm going to jump on that. Feel free to comment below what you decided to purchase. Feel free to comment below what you're hoping to see in tomorrow's Rustor for Valentine's, and what you'd like to see for Lunar New Year. Because I'm Unfortunately, as of now, the Lunar New Year collection has not yet been posted yet, but I'm pretty sure it will appear over the course of this weekend. So, yeah, cool. Right then, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best luck to each and every single one of you. Have a pleasant sleep. And if you're watching tomorrow, you might want to make a move, because I do believe the rust will be early tomorrow.